Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Bhatnagar, and I am with you with the area of ABFM. Acha, everyone, our sale is going on. If you haven't enrolled yourself in our courses, then hurry up. It's time that you go for it. Everyone, let's go ahead with the session today. Acha, everyone, if you haven't checked out our courses yet now, then go ahead. 81% discount on, on our Mahapack as well as double validity on and all on the courses you get 81% discount. Okay? Then everybody, I'm sorry. Okay, then let's look forward to the victory series, everyone. I told you one course is over. That means in one particular playlist we have covered the entire chapter individually. Now I'm looking forward to the same thing in terms of learning it from the point of view of mixed chapters. ठीक है ना? So let's look forward to it. Management. Acha, today I've covered more of the topic of controlling there. There were many questions. I think we were left with it. So we are starting with that particular area. Acha, what follows the establishment of plans in the management process, everyone? Staffing, directing, controlling, or organizing. है ना? What is it, everyone? Once you make a plan, you're looking forward towards its establishment, है ना? The answer to this question, when you plan something, how do you start with the implementation? The implementation is always based upon controlling. See, your plan is incomplete if you do not control its deviations, right? You will face deviations. Then everyone, so when you face any problem, then you will have to look forward towards how to control the plan. Then, so in this case, the correct answer is controlling. Chali. Next question. What does the controlling function determine? Think about it. We've just talked about it. Okay. When we talk about the controlling function, the number of employees needed in the organization, uh, then degree of its which actual performance deviates from the predetermined benchmarks, the market demand of the products or the budget of the organization. Controlling function basically is looking at the plan. We made a plan. How do we execute the plan? And if there is no execution which is proper, then what will we do, everyone? So in this case, isn't it very, very important that we take care of the fact that if the plan is not being followed properly, we make sure that we follow it properly, है ना? Because if it is not followed, then the goals cannot be achieved. Everyone, what's going to be the answer? The correct answer to this question is the degree of which actual performance deviates from the predetermined benchmarks. If in case we are going against our plan, we have to come back to the plan. Otherwise, we might plan something and happen something else, which is not good for the organization, of course. है ना? Why is it challenging to compare actual performance with the standard performance in some cases? Actually, it is very important because sometimes we make a plan and our plan is not something that we can look forward to. है ना? If we make a plan and our plan is not possible, then what will happen? The managers will be facing a problem that why did you even prepare a plan which you didn't want to take up? Isn't it? Done? Chali. Now let's move on. Because employees are highly motivated. Why is it challenging to compare actual performance with the standards in some cases? Why is it? So this is a part of controlling only, where we are comparing what we plan and what actually happened. That is because employees are highly motivated. Because the standards are always expressed quantitatively, or because external factors influence performance, or because employees resist control measures. We say they do resist it. Nobody likes to be taunted, or nobody likes to be pointed out कि नहीं, this is what you do and this is what you need not to do, है ना? So what will they do? Everyone, when we talk about why is it challenging, I think it is very challenging because sometimes you cannot think quantitatively. See, I know that the class should be done within this specific period of time, but the good class, bad class, the quality of the class, who determines it? So that is the point. Acha. नहीं, that is one part because standards are always expressed. नहीं, अच्छा ठीक है, it is expressed quantitatively. नहीं, I thought it is not expressed quantitatively. So this is also correct. The problem is that sometimes external factors also influence performance. And when they influence, then it is impossible to work. Done? Okay, here comes a very interesting question further. Which of the following is not true about the controlling? Controlling helps in minimizing the organization process. Controlling contributes to chaos and disorder within the organization. Controlling coordination among different departments is improved through controlling. वैसे coordination helps in controlling because when people talk to each other, it becomes better. है ना? And controlling also helps the specific area of minimizing the errors as well. When you keep on pointing out where the problem is, obviously it becomes easier. So in this case, the answer is, I think, is not true, na? So this is not true. It does not involve in the problem of chaos. This is very much sorted that it decided कि नहीं. Controlling will make sure whenever there's a chaos, it will try to control it. It will not increase it further, right? Next question, everyone. Everyone, which of the following types of control management is future directed and anticipated problems well in advance? So, which of the following is actually looking into the future? Feedback is based upon the past, whatever we did in the past. Next is proactive control, when you are being active before your we are looking forward towards feedback control. Feedback control is past. Proactive is looking into the future and correcting it. Concurrent control. Concurrent matlab we are doing the particular work as well as telling the person this is not beyond, this is beyond the control level or not. And then we have reactive control. You did something, then I retaliated. That is covered under reactive. Then what's going to be the answer, everyone? Everyone, the correct answer is what? We're looking at the present and trying to control the future. It's proactive control. Okay, everyone, which of the following statements correctly describe the type of control management based on the type of control? Acha, this is also a very interesting area. Feedback control anticipates the problems in advance and it takes corrective action accordingly. Nahi. Feedback is basically whatever has happened, it gives a feedback of that. Proactive is based upon the feedback received after the activity has taken place. Concurrent control means what? Concurrent control matlab where we are doing the particular thing and controlling it as well. Reactive means take corrective action simultaneously. Let's say reactive is once the particular thing has happened, then you feel ki probably we were required to do it or probably we weren't. So in this case, the correct answer is supposed to be concurrent. That involves real-time engagement, everyone. Got the idea, everyone? Concurrent is basically a real-time engagement of the controller as the activity is being carried out, allowing for corrective action to be taken simultaneously. Then, which step in the control process ensures that managers take immediate corrective action whenever there's a gap between actual performance and setting goals? The process of establishing the goals, comparing, taking steps to take necessary corrections, and the last one is measuring actual performance before making comparisons. Making actual performance. See, first of all, you get the work done and then you compare your actual with your comparison part. Everyone, when we are actually trying to find the gaps, it is between सोचा था क्या और क्या हो गया, what we thought and what exactly happened. What's going to be the answer? The correct answer is going to be C. ठीक है? Okay. What is the primary objective of comparing the two things, everyone? Obviously, we are comparing, but what is the primary objective? Why would we do it, everyone? To establish clear communication channels within the organization, to measure results in the monetary context, to ensure that plans are working as intended, or to hire financial experts for performance assessment. Everyone? Primary objective is for comparing actual with the predetermined goals. What would happen, everyone? This is basically to make sure that there is no problem in going for the correct working. Okay? So I would say the correct answer in this case is going to ensure that the plans are being followed. The basic reason we do this is that we want the plans to be followed properly. Okay, na? If the plan is not followed properly, then it's not a good idea, because then the managers will face a lot of problem that why didn't they do the work. How do the managers measure this particular part? By seeking feedback. Customers can give you feedback that can be used further, but that's not the point that we need. Monitoring market reputation, or measuring results in monetary context, or by setting tangible and specific goals, everyone. Done, everyone? What's going to be the answer? Okay. The correct answer is actually by measuring results with monetary context. We need to do all this. Okay? Chali. Then comes what is the purpose of taking all these steps? Basically, we want to make sure to communicate organization goals, to mitigate existing damage and prevent future occurrences. Where we try to do this because obviously we don't want that there should be a problem. You know? Then what will the next answer? To monitor and assess the plans, or to establish the clear check communication channels? I'll go for to mitigate existing the problems. We just don't want this to be further there. If the problems are further, then there's a major problem, na? Because problems has to be looked forward to. Which of the following describes the relationship between planning and controlling? I think planning and controlling goes hand in hand. Why do I say hand in hand? Because once we utilize the controlling process, planning and controlling are independent of each other. They are, but they're connected even. Then planning is the foundation for controlling. Controlling is built on the top of planning. Controlling is more important than planning. No, both are equally important. I think once we know about the plans, then we can control. And if we are controlling something, then once we control it, then the future of the plan is also sorted. Isn't it? Matlab, the fact would be if I control things today, the next plan would be based upon a very sound and a clear objective. Third is controlling is more important than the organizational management, or the planning and controlling are interchangeable terms. The answer would be planning is the foundation. See, you create a plan, then you try to control it. Now, whatever controlling feedback you gave, that will lead to the next plan in a better way. So the next plan would be a better one, right? Okay. Last question for the day, everyone. How does the control process contribute to long-term sustainability of planning? It does. Under planning, you decide to do something, and this is studied in a proper manner by setting objectives and targets of the organization, by influencing the path of planning and highlighting areas that require attention, by ensuring that plans are carried out in the correct manner. And last is by providing data that can be utilized in the planning process. The correct answer is going to be by influencing the path of planning and highlighting areas that require attention. That is what we'll try to have in terms of the business. Now, what would be the correct answer in this case? The answer is B. You're going to definitely influence the specific area of planning and highlighting areas wherever it requires attention. Controlling is that smart. And that leads to the better working way as well. You know? Okay, G. Now, before we end the particular session, everyone, I hope you have gone through our course. If you haven't, then hurry up because the Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Bhatnagar, and I'm with you with the area of ABFM. Everyone, this is our victory series going on. I hope I'm audible, and we are looking forward towards this area of ABFM, right? So we are learning all the specific topics. Currently, I'm still going on with the module A. I think I'm looking forward towards starting the module B soon. First of all, please share the particular session, like it, and along with this, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. Okay, so let's begin with the series, everyone. We were talking about the area of management, so here comes the first question. Okay, how does the control process contribute towards this area, everyone, or to the long-term sustainability of planning? Okay, it plays a very important role. Why does it play a very important role? uh, Sustainability, see, plan, if a plan is made, until the time we don't really look forward towards a specific area of learning the sustainability, how will we work towards the plan? See, the plans are created with a simple portion that we are supposed to execute them. If we make a planner we are not executing, then it's of no use. That is a major problem. So how do we deal with it? We look forward towards this entire area of learning and understanding this specific area by looking at controlling as well. If we do not look at the controlling, we won't be able to work well. Okay? That is what we cover in this specific area altogether. So let's look at this specific area. If we're talking about by setting the objectives and targets for the organization, second point says by influencing the path of planning and highlighting areas in the that require attention by ensuring that plans are carried out in the correct manner. Last is by providing data that can be utilized in the planning process. When we look at the specific question, the correct answer to this question is by influencing the path. When we talk about controlling, we are telling people ki arey, the work is not done, you have to do it. That particular push is definitely there. That is why controlling and planning plays a very important role in a combined form. Okay, then comes the next question. How should organizations select control techniques effectively? By focusing solely on modern techniques to stay competitive, by considering the sector of the company, clientele, and current challenges, by implementing all the available techniques simultaneously, or by prioritizing traditional techniques over modern ones. Traditional techniques should not be given that much importance because indeed they are to be considered. But the problem is, if you follow what was there in the past, then how will you grow further in the future? Right? So that particular part is definitely eliminated. By implementing all the techniques simultaneously, implementing A, B, C, and D together is just a mix-up. It's nothing but a particular situation where you don't even know what to follow and what not to follow. The answer is you consider the company, your internal level, your external level, and even the current challenges and the future challenges that you might face. So you have to consider all these things together when you are looking at your scenarios. Okay, which of the following is not considered as an element of directing? Element of directing: leadership, motivation, accounting, or communication. Directing means to give directions to the people for what to do and how to do. They're into the organization through staffing, but once they are into the organization and they know nothing about their work, what will happen? They will become so stressed out, they will not be able to work properly. Their work will be definitely badly hampered. We have to make sure that the work is being done properly, isn't it? So in this case, accounting is the one. The elements of directing includes S, L, M, and C. Supervision, leadership, motivation, and communication. So we have got all these 4 points. The answer is accounting. The last one which they missed out was motivation. Nahi done na. Leadership was there, supervision was missing. Leadership, motivation, and communication was there. The answer is accounting. It's not something which is the main element. According to Keith Davis, okay, just a moment. Yes, we were dealing with, according to Keith Davis, what is that specific part that talks about leadership skills, everyone. The ability to perform the magic tricks, or the capacity to convince others, or mastery of charisma, or possession of selected few traits. See, I think the first one is definitely out. Second part, to convince the people to achieve the goal, that is also there. Then mastery of charisma, leaders are always known to be charismatic. They are supposed to be, rather. If the leader is not charismatic, then how will he convince people to do the work? Possession of selected few traits. Leaders have a few traits which others really don't possess. That is called the trait theory. Leaders are someone who have a very good personality. These people are extremely attractive in nature, and attractive in the sense that when they talk, people feel like listening to them. And these people are very much sorted, and that is why they lead others, you know. That is the basic reason that they can lead others without any problem. So that is covered here. So the correct answer is the capacity to convince others to pursue the goals eagerly is the answer. The answer is B. Though other points are also related to this area, but still the answer to this question would be B. Okay, next point. Which of the following is not a trait attributable to effective leaders? It is solely dependent on one's position. It involves multiple people interacting and combining efforts. It includes inherent characteristics like intelligence and maturity. It requires shaping the behavior of the group to achieve the company aims. Which of the following is not a trait attributable to effective leaders? Effective leaders are those leaders who are keeping all the people together and they are working in the best possible way. It involves multiple people interacting and combining efforts. We do that, but includes inherent characteristic of maturity. I think I'll go for D. Oh, the answer is not written there. So correcting it up. When we talk about which of the following is not, not is basically solely dependent on one's position. Nahi, that one point A is not the correct one. Rest everything really falls in place. How? This involves multiple people interacting and combining efforts. The combination of the effort is because of effective leader. It includes inherent characteristics like intelligence and maturity. The person who's leading has to be very intelligent and has to be very mature even. It requires shaping of the behavior of the people. People are different in their ideologies. How do we come up and we make them together? By doing the triad theory. That's a triad. Okay. Now let's move on to the next question. The answer is A. That is not making sense. Rest everything falls in place. How does the leadership contribute to coordinating efforts within the workplace? Leadership plays a very important role. I think if the leader is coward, then almost everybody in the group will feel that probably we are going to lose. If the leader says we're not going to lose the war, then people would be fighting the war differently. But if the leader says we might lose, to be very honest, probably we'll be losing. But it depends upon you. Do you want to die as a coward, or you want to die with valor, with respect, and with honor? So the people who are trained this way, that probably we are going there to lose. But if we are going to lose, can we fight the war um, with all our strength or not? Those kind of people fights the war with a very different spirit. Even if they know their end is coming, their fight for that end is exceptionally well. This happens with many companies even. There are companies which face problems just because they were overconfident about them. And there were companies which kept on banging the doors and looking forward towards growth. OnePlus is one of them. An Android company where their more pricing is equal to a better situation. People are looking forward towards OnePlus more than people are looking at iPhone now. The problem, leadership. Leadership plays a very important role. How much the leader is interested in motivation, in changes. If he wants to change, people will change. If he doesn't want to change himself at all, how will he convince others for the changing? So that's the point. By discouraging collaboration discouraging will not help. You need people. For by promoting individualistic behavior, try that. You will lose the organization as a whole, because everybody is like, acha, this is my work, this is my work, this is my work. No, this is our work. By advising, motivating, and instructing, or by avoiding communication with subordinates? The answer is very easy in this case. The answer is C, because everything is basically connected together. The answer is C. I think the answers got switched. कोई बात नहीं, चलिए let's do the next question then. The answer is C. Acha, how does the leadership help in maintaining equilibrium within the organization? By avoiding communication, by neglecting oversight, by ensuring clear communication, strict oversight, and effective motivation, by avoiding the use of leadership qualities. What's going to be the answer? How do we maintain the equilibrium in the organization? Equilibrium matlab we are maintaining that equality in the organization. Equality in the sense that everybody is treated in the way they are supposed to, by ensuring clear communication, strict oversight, and effective motivation. Done? Okay, then comes the answer. Next question. What is that one of the responsibilities of a leader as a representative of the organization? Conducting personal interviews with all the employees, representing the organization at meetings and conferences, avoiding public appearances, or ignoring the concerns of the general public. What's going to be the answer? The responsibilities of the leader. PIs representing the organization at meetings, avoiding or ignoring the concerns of the public. I think the difference, the point would be either the first one or the second one, right? He's basically the one who's representing the organization at every level. So this particular person and his clarity will uh, show people that how the organization is exactly working. That clarity comes with the organization itself, right? Okay, next question. Why is communication important for a leader? Communication is super important. If you have communication, then probably the assumptions will not happen. Probably people will not think bad about you, or even if they're thinking, you are absolutely clear about what you said. And your clarity of mind is visible on your face as well. That's a strong part of communication. To enforce bias and favoritism, to maintain secrecy within the organization, to clearly convey policies, processes, and other relevant information, or to avoid stimulating people. Communication basically is telling people what to do, how to do, and when to do. Till the time we don't tell people in the beginning, how will they start doing it? Someday everybody was a fresher, and that's how they grew further, when there was someone communicating so well and telling them things, so that now in a better situation they know what to do. So the answer is C, everyone. Okay, so let's look at the next question now. What could be the disadvantage of the participative leadership style? Increased decision making time due to involvement of the multiple team members, consistency in opinions among team members leading to consensus, situations requiring immediate decisions become feasible, or final decisions fully reflecting the input of the team members. What would be the disadvantage of the participative leadership style? Participative leadership style is where people are trying to participate in things. Participate in what sense? Um, See, the point is, if you do not include the people who are actually doing the work for you, how will they learn further? If you keep on putting more and more work on them rather than listening to their problems as well. Participative plays a very important role. We ask them, what is your goal? What is it that you want to do? That clarity comes with this area only. Consistency in opinions among team members, or situations requiring immediate decisions or final decisions. We are always looking at the point of increased decision making. We want that these people should also sit and take decisions with us. And if these people are in consensus with the entire organization, the growth is immense. But the growth becomes immense because of this reason. Which leadership style emphasis involving uh, everyone in the decision making process? Authoritarian, participative, autocratic, or lead democratic? Authoritarian talks about the authority overall. Participative means that let's take everyone in between. Autocratic is basically, I am the leader, I take decisions. Democratic is suno sabki karo apni. That means you have to listen to everyone, and once you see there's a consensus coming up, the one which is acceptable to maximum people, that is what you look forward to. So in this case, the answer is participative. Done? Now let's look at the next question as well. What are the advantages of authoritarian leadership style? When we talk about authoritarian leadership style, increased employee engagement and motivation. Not really, people get irritated with a lot of authority. Enhanced creativity and innovation. Not really, because the person would push you down. Reduction in the decision making, clear time and clear command hierarchy, or promotion of collaboration and cooperation within the group. There's no promotion collaboration because people are not working with each other, they're working under someone, so there's an authority. So the point is, if he's the one who takes decision, then the decision is very quick, and at the same time it is clear as well. So I would go with C. Reduction in the decision making process, as well as the clear command of hierarchy, who's senior, who's junior, it's all clear. What potential outcome can arise from friction among the team members in delegative leadership style? Increased inspiration and morale, breakdown of group and lack of inspiration, improved productivity and efficiency, or clear accountability and direction. When we talk about what potential outcome can arise from frictions, when people actually fight with each other, the problem is breakdown of the group. and lack of inspiration. People feel that there's a discontentment and they have hatred towards each other, which normally causes a lot of problems. So this is what people would look forward to, right? Okay. These are the problems which people face when they are not looking at their work properly, right? You have to keep the entire group together in order to achieve the goals. Okay, so everyone, this is where I would like to end my session. But before I end my session, there's one important area. Everyone, have you reviewed our portal yet? If you haven't, then please go ahead and check it out right away. When we talk about our website, everyone, let's look at it. Uh, Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Offset 24/7. My name is Niharika Wale Bhatnagar, and I'm with you with the area of ABFM. Okay, everyone. In the last class, we had started with a specific area. Today, I've got a mix of questions. I got questions from Module A, Module B, Module C, and even D. So it's gonna be a blend of all the modules at once. So let's begin with the session, everyone. Jenny, let's look at the specific area. We're looking at area of management, not only management, we're looking at multiple areas. Before I proceed further, everyone, our sale is going on. If you haven't gone through our sale yet, kindly go through the sale. What you need to do is you need to go to our website, that is www.adda247.com. Once you go into the area of www.adda247.com, once you go into the specific area, you will find the particular details there. What you need to do is go on to, just a moment, I'll be showing it to you right away. Go through this website, everyone. Let me just show you right away. This is our website, www.adda247.com. Once you go through our website, you will be able to find this specific area. Just go on to this area, go on to the area of JIB and CIB. Once you have gone through JIB and CIB, you will be able to see it further. See, in this area, what you need to do is go on go on to our website. That is this specific area. Go on to the area of CIP June 2024. Once you go to the area of June 2024, you can see our Mahapacks there, everyone. Our Mahapacks are available at double validity. And if you overall go to the batch only, na, you click on it further. Click on the area of buy now. Then use the code Y541. Okay, done. Anji, see, in this area, use the code Y541. As soon as you apply the code Y541, you will be able to see a specific area of decrease in the price up to 81%. That's the answer. So if you're looking forward to it, then hold on and purchase our courses right away, because this is the perfect time to buy it, everyone. Done. So you can look forward to our courses in the CIP pack. It is really beneficial. Why do I say CIP Mahapack is very important? Because in this Mahapack you can get all the courses. That means you get both the courses that is involved in this area. That includes our bilingual English medium, regular course, revision course, all the four compulsory as well as five optional, all are covered in this area. So this is the perfect time because it is at its lowest price right now. So that's the particular area. You should hurry up and get it done. Chali, now let's get back to our session. Chali, everyone, let's continue further. If the EBIT is nil, what is the operating leverage, everyone? What do you mean by the term operating leverage? Operating leverage matlab the leverage that is required on a daily basis, है ना? This is for our regular running of the business, isn't it? है ना? Because there are two leverages, financial and operating. When we talk about operating leverage is basically that specific area which looks into the matter of, I'm sorry. Basically, yeah, this particular area, operating leverage, looks into the matter of specifically the benefit of our regular business activities. So in this case, they say if the EBIT is nil, what would be the degree of the operating leverage? One time, two time, three time, or undefined. When you're earning before interest and tax, EBIT becomes zero, then in this case the answer is D. Why? If the EBIT is nil, our contribution is equal to fixed cost, है ना? मतलब that means if I say this, the actual formula is sales minus the variable cost is equal to fixed cost plus profit. So in this case, what's going to happen if you have this specific area? Then if your profit is zero, then your contribution, sales minus variable cost, is equal to contribution, and contribution is equal to fixed cost. If both of these things are equal, then the degree of operating leverage is contri divided by EBIT. So you have contri divided by 0, which in further areas turn into 0.
Right? Got the idea? This is the answer. Now look at the next question. This is an interesting question. This is based upon debentures. This is module D. Which among the following are correct or appropriate merits of debentures? No restrictive covenants, trust in the deed, in the trust deed, lower cost and tax deductibility of interest payments, no dilution of control, enjoy preferential claim on the assets in relation to the shareholders. 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 2, 3, 4, or all. वैसे they put covenants, they put conditions on the specific area कि नहीं, this is how our money should be used, XYZ, this person would be the director of the organization till the time we are there. ठीक है, मतलब our payments are not cleared up. Then lower cost, cost is lowered down because the point is you have tax deductibility. Dividend is not tax deductible, but debentures are. Debenture interest actually. ठीक है ना? Plus now no dilution of control. No dilution of control is there because voting rights are not shared with anyone. Enjoy preferential claim on the assets. They do. They have a preferential claim because if the company is dying, first of all, the payment has to be made to them only. So that is one part which is absolutely true, everyone. So what's gonna be the answer? Uh, 1, 2, 3. Acha, this part is something. Yes, actually, if I go through it, 2, 3, 4 is absolutely correct, but no restrictive covenants is wrong because they put restrictive covenants as I told you. ठीक है ना? So in this case, the correct answer is 2, 3, 4. Next question, everyone. Go ahead and read it. What are the potential benefits of AI-based systems in the banking finance? Benefits of the specific area of AI. See, AI has taken over every organization. There's no organizations which are now, rather industry altogether. I to say any organization, but I would say every industry has been affected by AI. Affected in two ways. Number one, in a good way, that it is making it all better, and indeed it is making it all better, and it is supposed to make it all better because the point is it is adding up so many interesting features in its working that everybody knows that yes, this specific area is good for the growth of the organizations. Right? So when we talk about the growth, this is going absolutely awesome. That is, it is introducing a particular think tank to the organizations. They have introduced chatbots which are really helpful, and with the use of AI they have been introducing more and more areas where they are answering, the AIs are answering, and lesser recruitment people and everything else is required. Not only this, but there are many features which AI is consistently handling on its own. That means it is helping the entire working. Then comes the next area, increase productivity, cost savings, and improve decision making. Yeah, there is an definitely a specific area where there is an increased productivity. Why is there an increased productivity? Because it solves the problem of the work altogether. When the working is maintained in a proper manner, what will happen? There is an increased productivity. Productivity increases when people will be able to handle their work in a better way because of AI. है ना? When AI takes over, AI makes sure that the organizations are not only developing, they are developing in a better manner because AI gives a specific route to it. Streamlined operations, faster transactions. All the transactions which are done through AI, they are done at a very faster pace because AI is itself a brain. You don't really have to wait for a human brain to come intervene and tell what you do, what to do and what not to do, and then you move on. That particular part is definitely over. So that's a particular good point. Then comes enhanced customer engagement, personalized recommendations and fraud detection. In this specific area, only 1 and 2, only 1 and 3, only 2 and 3, or 1, 2 and 3. I think if I look at the entire question now, it is 1, 2 and 3. All of these are correct. None of them is wrong. What are the different final decisions made by the business? Pricing decisions, then product service decisions, or capital budgeting, or only 1 and 2, or 1 and 3, or 1, 2 and 3, or 1, 2 and 3. Final decision, financial decision matlab everybody is thinking about how to get more money from the market, and obviously you need to keep on looking for more resources from where you can earn more. But every business requires more and more growth, because if you do not get growth in the market now, how will you survive? You have to keep on evolving yourself. So in this case, pricing decisions is an important area. Why do we say that pricing is an important area? Because through pricing we know कि अच्छा this is the money that we are spending and how do we look at it, है ना? So one part is definitely there. Pricing is something that they have to think of. Next is product service decisions. Product service decisions matlab the decisions related to the area of how do we provide the product and its allied services. So the first point is pricing decisions, product or service decisions, and even capital budgeting. Capital budgeting matlab which particular asset should I buy? The asset buying is covered in this specific area. That is covered as the term capital budgeting, everyone. Okay, so in this case, it is actually all of them, 1, 2 as well as 3, which covers the entire area, okay, of the working. Well, every organization has to think about all of these, not one of these, for sure. What are the elements in the cost in capital budgeting? Land, plant, labor, material, investment. Land, plant, labor, engagement of working capital, capital budgeting, अच्छा ठीक है. Land, plant, labor, material and marketing, and land, plant, labor, material and maintenance. When we talk about capital budgeting, it is actually B. Land, plant, labor, material. Land, plant is basically the specific area which is capital budgeting area. Okay, this is working. This is where the regular working starts and the engagement in the working capital. Working capital means the capital that we need on a daily basis to work upon from. That is a part of working capital. And capital budgeting, the term capital budgeting is talking about the working of the enterprise based upon the assets. Okay, actually this is also a very interesting area. This particular chapter was asked for more than 5-6 marks in the exam. What information must the corporation provide to stockholders of the target business in SPAC merger? Audited financial statements, comprehensive disclosure documents, terms of the proposed business combination, special purpose acquisition company. Acha, what we do is this company is creating just like you're giving supari to kill someone. This particular killer shooter, which is actually a sharpshooter, it keeps an eye on another organization and boom, when it gets a chance, it will buy the other organization and will get it for you and will give it back to you even. The origin of this organization is actually even made for this particular purpose only. ठीक है ना? So is this 1 2 1 3 2 and 3 or 1 2 and 3? In this case the correct answer is all of these. D, 1 2 and 3. What information must the corporation provide to the stockholders of the target business in SPAC merger? Audited financial statements are required, comprehensive disclosure documents or terms on the proposed business combination. Only 1 and 2, only 1 and 3, 2 and 3 as well as 1, 2 and 3. What's going to be the answer, everyone? what information must the corporation provide? The corporation should provide the all the information. You cannot just give one-sided information and leave the portion of the decision making there. So in this case, the answer would be all of these together. Okay.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Officer 24/7. My name is Niharika Valia Bhatnagar, and I'm with you with the area of ABFM. I hope I'm audible as well as the PPT is clearly visible to you. Okay, now what are we dealing with today? We're talking about our victory series, as this is a mixture or a blend of multiple questions starting from module A to module D altogether. If you're looking forward into individual questions, then what you can do is you can go to the previous playlist, which was Scholar series, which had all the particular area there. So which is basically a blend of different chapters, but individually. Matlab module A covered separately with around 12 to 14 classes, goes with the same with B, C as well as D. So you will get around if you talk about the basic, you will get around 140, 120 to 140 question per class there, per module. So you will get around minimum 600 to 700 questions in the entire series, which was taken earlier. But the plus point is it was all which was individual based, individual chapter based. Now we are moving on to the area where we're not talking about individual chapters but blend or mixed questions. Are we ready for those mixed questions or not? Just to find that part. Acha, before I move forward, everyone, number one, please share the session. Number one, please like the session. Number two, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet. Okay, so all these things are super duper important to keep us going there, right? Chaliye, now let's move on. This is the next part that is related to the area of not only management, but I'm covering multiple areas. Okay, so let's go ahead and talk about it. This is a part of module B there. How is the payback period calculated in the net cash inflow? Every year is the same. Payback period is amount. Acha, this is called uniform cash flows, everyone. This is called uniform cash flows. When we talk about uniform cash flows, that means the same amount is received every single year. Whatever your uniform cash flows would be, you divided that uniform cash flows with Acha, this is basically amount. No, this is something. Okay, let me tell you about the payback period in a simpler format. If I initially put initial investment was of rupees 10,000, and I am receiving in the first year, I am receiving 2,500 back. Second year, 2,500 back. In how many years your 10,000 would be complete, everyone? Simple. 25 fours are 100. So that means in 4 years this would be done. All the other way would be 10,000 divided by 2,500. Done. What's going to be the answer? Then it comes out to be 25 4. So in this case, can I say within the next 4 years we'll be recovering this amount? Why do we do this, everyone? When we talk about this specific area, amount to be initially invested divided by annual cash flow per year, in estimated annual cash inflow per year divided by amount to be initially invested, or total cash flow divided by total cash outflow, or amount to be initially invested divided by total cash flow. As I told you, first of all, take the initial investment and divide it by the uniform cash inflow that you're getting every single year. Done? Now let's move on. Staffing is necessary activity at all the managerial levels, including everyone, lower level management, middle level management, or top level management. Staffing is necessary. Staffing indeed is necessary, but at all the managerial levels. See, staffing is basically putting people to work. If you're putting people to work, then If I'm putting people to work, what's happening? If I'm putting people to work, I'll be putting at all the levels all together, no? A higher level, lower level, medium level, all of these together. So in this case, can you and I say in this case it is all of these together? Staffing is done in everything, not in one, not in two, but in all. The answer is D. Next point. What is the benefit of satisfying demands of the workers? To create the positive working environment, to maintain financial records of the organization, to design marketing strategies of for the organization, or to monitor the production process of the organization. What's going to be the answer? What is the benefit of satisfying demands of the workers? I think if you have a satisfied demands, na, when you've satisfied them, to create a positive working environment, to maintain final records or financial records, or design marketing strategies, or the last one was to monitor the production process. I think when I look at this entire point, we would be looking at these kind of things as it would create an environment where people will be satisfied with them. This will create, when people are satisfied, then they will continue working, you know. So to create a positive working environment among the employees. Done. Which of the following statement is true, everyone? Organizations can introduce the control activity at two stages in the work process: prior to or after the performance of the work activity. Managers can use two types of concurrent controls, that is steering and screening control, and the last is screening control are reactive concurrent controls. They occur after work has begun but before it is completed. You know, what's going to be the answer? I think organizing process starts just after the planning. Once you're done with the planning process, it is always done. That means when you're doing the work, before that even you're organizing, after that even you're organizing too. Managers can use two types of controls: steering as well as screening. Steering is basically keeping them under control every time they're deviating, and screening, keeping an eye on them throughout the process. And screening controls are reactive. I think I'll go with this part as well. But I think, acha, according to the answer, it is first and third. First as well as third is definitely correct, prior period as well as the screening part. But they said that this is not the correct answer. But let's find out why. Managers can use two types of controls: concurrent as well as that is steering, as well as concurrent to prevent deviation. Acha, nahi. See, the point is, when we talk about the controls, na, controls are not only limited to this area of screening and steering. It is of multiple types. The standard deviations on the MBO, as well as knowing the critical point control. There are multiple levels of controlling which the managers are supposed to keep. So I think this is something which is limiting our knowledge of controlling. है ना? What are redeemable preference shares, everyone? This is module B as such. What do you mean by redeemable preference shares? What do you mean by redeemable preference shares? Shares that cannot be redeemed, shares that can only be redeemed under certain circumstances, shares that can be redeemed as per the terms of issue, or the last one, that is shares that are redeemed automatically upon issuance. What would be the answer according to you? Let's talk about it. Redeemable preference shares are those preference shares which are to be paid off. If we have taken the money from them, then we are supposed to pay them off. Equity shares are never redeemed, but these are. So what would be the answer according to you, everyone? In this case, when we talk about redeemable preference shares, these are to be redeemed as per a specific time period. We might be doing it for a specific time, and above and below that particular time, we won't be doing it. So technically, when we talk about this redeemable preference shares, normally in India, it is 20 years. Within 20 years, you are supposed to pay them off. Right? So the answer is shares that are redeemed as per the terms of issue. Normally, it has to be less than 20 years. In terms of infrastructure, it can be more. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, everyone, then hurry up and subscribe it right away. What do control techniques provide managers with? What do they do, everyone? Everyone? What do the controls, what do the control technique provide managers with? Access to specific information, then access to the volume of the data, then access to specific as well as the volume of data needed to measure and monitor performance, or access of to general information about business activities. What's going to be the answer? What do control techniques provide managers with? But the people really don't follow the rules sometimes. Sometimes things don't go as per the plan. But when things are happening, first of all, we need to know the reason for the variation. If we know the reason was valid, then what we can do? We can work upon our standards somehow. You know? And if we have to do that part, then we'll be making it clear. So access to the specific information, access to the volume of data only, access to specific information as well as the volume of data, or access to general information about business activities. What's going to be the answer, everyone? What do control techniques managers provide with? It actually provides them a specific information and volume of data. Whenever they're trying to manage something, it gives them a lot of information about how to control them. You know, sometimes controlling is not about controlling people, it is about controlling the activities first. That what is happening. People learn from what they're doing, and then whenever they are deviating, you have to guide them. So the activities have to be controlled. You know. Then comes effective controlling of business can be achieved by implementing only traditional methods, then implementing only modern methods, implementing any number of methods, both traditional and modern, or implementing only modern methods as they are more effective. वैसे the fact is that the methods which are modern are effective because they have some things called 360 degree assessment. This is a kind of assessment which is about complete from top to bottom. The study which talks about the organization studying the entire thing. That means the organization is studying about the particular person from his peer group, from his seniors, from his juniors, everybody, in order to find whether he's going good or not. ठीक है. Now this is implementing any number of methods. Would be the traditional had been good enough, but modern had been reduced. But the fact is, we are still using both, right? Because there are certain things which were good there and which were good here. Done? What are modern techniques of control characterized as? Time tested and widely used, number one. Relatively new developments offering novel approaches, outdated and inefficient. Next is focus solely on financial aspects. What's going to be the answer? What are the modern techniques of control characterized as? I think they are looking forward towards relatively new developments offering novel approaches or time tested and widely used. They are somehow they have been accepted a lot. They are not outdated for sure, you know, and they are not only focused upon financial area because they are widely accepted because of the fact that they are going beyond the financial aspect. These are new developments offering novel approaches. That is why these organizations have been accepting this partner. Why is it mentioned that the final budget may turn out to be an inaccurate and costly? Um, Final budget may turn out to be inaccurate as well as costly. I'm sorry. When our standards are not prepared properly, to emphasize the importance of accurate budgeting, to discourage organizations from budgeting, to suggest that budgeting is unnecessary, or to highlight the limitations of budgetary control. What's going to be the answer according to you, everyone? Why is it mentioned that the final budget may turn out to be inaccurate? When we are not doing the researches properly, that particular standard can be wrong. This is basically to emphasize the importance of accurate budgeting. Accurate budgeting, see, if I tell you you work for around 8 to 10 hours, 8 hours of working is definitely there. Plus, you have your travel area, and then other than traveling, you have to get ready. Your routine is set. Ki this is the time by which I have to wake up and get ready for the office and then leave for the office. And other than this, with 8 hours of your office work, you have at least 2 hours of allied work which you have to do associated to the going to the office, then or coming back from the office. That means 10 hours of your day is gone. You're out of 24, 10 are already gone. Then at least 6 to 8 hours are required for your sleep. The another 8 hours are also gone. Then what about the next 8 hours? Among these, at least minimum 3 hours gets wasted here and there because things are going on in a very haywire situation in every household. You have to go this, you have to do that, then you're going somewhere to go to the market and XYZ work that you are doing during your working hours. And after your working hours are over, I'm sorry. Then, along with this, whatever time you're left, at least 3 to 4 hours, you would like to keep it for your family and their work. So, technically, in this case, where is that um, particular area where I can put up and say, study for 8 hours now, don't sleep at all. You can go for that for maybe a day, but after second day, but after third day, my standard is just not making sense. है ना? So in this case, if we say just take out from this 8 hour allied time, you take out the period, अच्छा the 8 to 10 हो गया ना, this is something which we are left with around 6 hours rather, 6 hours for your working and everything. So if you have got 6 hours only, at least 3 hours are gone in the household work as well as your other responsibilities. 3 is left. Now if I would have prepared it as per 26 hours, you would be like the standard is absolutely wrong. How do we reach out to the standard at all? You can reach the standard only if it makes sense, right? So in this case, the emphasis to emphasize the importance of the accurate budgeting is the answer. Okay, done everyone. So that's it. This is where I end my session. But before I end my session, let's look at our website, everyone. That is www.adda247.com. Okay, just a moment. Bankers. Okay, everyone. I hope you are all doing well and you have already got yourself registered because the end date is approaching soon. So I hope you are utilizing your best foot. You are utilizing all this valuable time towards registration and the basic working for the examination altogether. And if you haven't started it yet, then please hurry up. Our courses are right now available at the lowest price. It is at 81% discount, everyone. So please check it out right away. Okay, okay, everyone. Now let's move on further. As you already know, the practice series is going on. In this case, I am discussing all the various chapters blended in one particular class, and we are dealing with different areas altogether, right? So first of all, please share the session, like the session, and share it among your peers, everyone. Small things from your side definitely plays a very important role for us. So please share it among the peers. Done? Chali. Now, everyone, let's look at the questions that we have in this specific area, right? Acha, everyone, and check out our website right away so that you get our courses at the lowest price. Done? Chali. Now comes the next point. Here comes the first question, everyone. Banking definition comes under which act? Banking Regulation Act 1949, RBI, or Negotiable Instrument Act, or Regional Rural Banks? But the banks are defined as those organizations which are accepting deposits as well as providing loans, isn't it? That is what we call a banking company, है ना? So this is defined under what? RBI defines it or their own act? The actual act is called Banking Regulation Act, everyone. So in this case, the correct answer is A. That is Banking Regulation Act 1949. This defines the definition of a bank there. Okay? The answer is A. Reserve Bank of India is a different scenario altogether. It talks about the RBI, RBI and its affiliations further. Then we talk about the Negotiable Instrument Act. Negotiable Instrument Act deals with bill receivable and bills payable, everyone. And regional rural banks are basically covered under the Act of 1976. When we talk about a general definition of a bank, it is given under A only, Banking Regulation Act. Next question, everyone. Prepaid expenses and outstanding expenses are taken into account by a firm on the basis of which of the following concepts? Money measurement concept, accrual, accounting basis, or cost concept, or dual aspect concept? What's going to be the answer, everyone? What's going to be the answer? Prepaid expenses and outstanding expenses. See, prepaid matlab paid before time, and outstanding are the ones which are currently something which we haven't paid yet. है ना? That is the difference. And normally, if I look at the cash basis, what will happen? On cash basis, things would be recorded as and when there is a point. Either we are paying, either we are receiving, isn't it? So, in this case, when we are using this method, money, accrual, cost, or dual, in this case, that is accrual basis of accounting, which says even if you haven't received the money, it doesn't matter. You will record it in the books of accounts. Then everyone, chali. Now comes the next point. let's move on to the next question, everyone. The next question says, health of a proprietor, which affects the business activity and hence the profit, is not recorded in the books of accounts of the following: business entity concept, money measurement, realization, or going concern concept, everyone. What's going to be the answer? Health of the proprietor. Everybody, what's going to be the answer? Chali. Now let's look at this point. When we talk about the health of a proprietor, this is based upon money measurement. He's well, he's unwell. Then this is all a part of money measurement. This means you cannot talk about finances in terms of a person's health now. A person's health will not affect a business until unless we look at it the non-financial manner. If you're looking at the financial manner, then it is not affecting. You know? Then everybody, chaliye. Now let's move on to the next point. This is a question regarding general accounting principles, which is called GAAP. They are regulated by financial accounting standard boards or government accounting standard boards. Is it both of these or any of these specifically, everyone? Is it both of these or any one of these only? See, the answer to the generally accepted accounting principles are the methods which are accepted for the use in the entire country. The answer is basically both. Both of them are used. In currently, earlier India had ASB, Accounting Standard Board, and right now we are working with National Financial Reporting Authority. NFRA has taken over the entire working of the making of this. Okay? What is the denominator of inventory turnover ratio, everyone? Just think about the entire portion. Everybody, what's going to be the answer? In terms of ITR, ITR is called inventory turnover ratio. ITR can be stated in such a way that this is based upon COGS upon average stock. Okay? This is COGS divided by average stock. Average stock matlab what is our opening, what is our closing divided by 2. That is called ITR, everyone. Done? This is called inventory turnover ratio. Let's look at the next question now. This is called ITR. Acha, वैसे overall when we talk about ITR ना, ITR is called as inventory turnover ratio, a ratio which talks about the conversion of the goods from raw material to finished. ठीक है? That is how we define this specific area. And when we talk about this specific portion, then ITR higher is a good point. That means the organization is working well, right? So in this case, ITR is one of the activity turnover ratio or activity ratios, or also called individually turnover ratios as well. Higher the ratio, better it is. And one more thing, since we're talking about the entire formulas, COGS is equal to opening stock plus purchase plus direct expense minus closing stock. The answer was D. Done. Interest rate elasticity of the bond. What is interest rate elasticity of the bond, everyone? Interest rate elasticity can be stated as something which is when the interest rate changes, obviously it has a positive or a negative impact on the business. है ना? It can have a positive impact, it can have a negative impact. Always a number, a negative number, then always a positive number, and then we have positive or negative number depending on the market condition, or positive or negative number depending on the market value. Interest rate elasticity of the bond, if you change the interest rate now, if it goes higher, your bond will always have a higher value. If your interest rate is lower, then bond will have a lower value, isn't it? Then it is always a positive number, because the direct relationship is positive. That means if you increase your interest rate, the demand of the bond will go higher, and if this is equal to this specific bond, then what will happen? The price will also increase. Done, everybody? Chaliye, then let's move on and talk about the next question. It is always a positive number. Depreciation is more by which method during the first and second year? Straight line, double declining, written down, or sum of digits method? More in the beginning and lesser in the end. According to you, which one would it be, everyone? But the straight line method says the same value. Double declining method says if you are using straight line, then obviously you're using it just one particular time. If you're using it in terms of two specific shifts, obviously it would be a bigger trouble for us, na? Then what will happen? In that case, there would be one specific thing that you and I can say. In this case, if we look at the change there, then what will happen? The double declining method goes just like similar to straight line. Sum of digits method also has a specific area where depreciation is more. But one thing is for sure, under the area of depreciation is more by, वैसे actually na, the highest is there in written down value method. Among the ones, all the 3BCD has this, but they have chosen the double declining method. But I would go for written down value method as well. So this question requires little paraphrasing. ठीक है? because all of this requires more in the beginning and lesser in the end. What will be the effect of if the sales return of 50,000 posted 48,200 and purchase return is 46,000 posted 47,800? Acha, there is a sale which is undercast, so the profit is reduced. By what amount, everyone? This is 50,000 minus 48,200, giving me an amount of 1,800. Profit is understated. And 46,000 minus 47,800. अच्छा, sales return है वो. The sales return, that means my sale is shown more by 1,800 rupees because I forgot to lessen this amount. So this is my income overcast and expense, which was 47,800 minus 46,000, giving me an expense of 800. My income is overshown, expense is overshown by the same amount, so that means profit and loss will increase by the same amount. Acha. Purchase return, everyone. This means, first of all, sales is shown more. If I return the goods and it is still shown more, then the purchase is also shown more. Income is shown more and expense, अच्छा expenses shown, ठीक है. Everyone, purchase return is actually my income. पता है क्या हुआ? Why? I showed the expense of 47,800. While did I pay 47,800? No, my expense is overstated. This expense in the crux is income overstated and expense understated. Then you have to add both of these. Okay, this will become 3,600 rupees altogether. Done. Done, everyone? Done? Chaliye. Now comes the next point. Next answer is your P&L is increased by more amount. Now moving on to the next point. Next question. The cost of retained earnings is generally considered lower the cost of issuing new equity, equal to the cost of issuing new equity, higher than the cost of issuing new equity, or irrelevant to the cost of capital calculations. What's going to be the answer, everyone? What's going to be the answer? The cost of retained earnings. पता है, generally it is shown as if it is less than equity, but in actual it is equal to the cost of equity. Why? Because normally what happens is whenever we have retained earnings is basically the money that we didn't take out of the business. While it belonged to the business itself, but we didn't take that money out of the business. You know, so if you're not taking that money out of the business, the equal to the cost of issuing new equity. In this case, whenever we issue retained earnings and equity have a positive relationship. Why? You didn't take that money out, it is still there in the business, it is called equity. So this it is given as A, but I would still go with B. In a few books, it has proved it is A, but the correct answer should be B. ठीक है?